Yo, now I'm gonna have a look at some players that have impressed me that are no longer in the competition. So at the time of recording this video, just to keep you up to date, we're at the quarterfinal stage, yeah? Quarterfinals start tomorrow. So I'm looking at the teams. So I'm not mentioning any players that are in the teams that are in the quarterfinals. So I'm mentioning all the players that have impressed me that are no longer in the competition. All right. And before I start this, I need everyone to quickly subscribe, share, put it in your group chats and whatnot. Comment, like, all of that, please. If you enjoy the content, obviously. If you don't, get in the comments as well and tell me I'm chatting. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Boom. Goalkeepers. There's two goalkeepers which stood out for me, and that is Gil. I don't know if I said his name wrong. Plays for Paraguay. That goalkeeper that I was having, with trying to high five Mbappe, that one. But besides that, he's been a top performer in this competition. We've seen him save penalties, have big moments for Paraguay. Like, for Paraguay to even get to the last 16 was amazing. Amazing. Do you know what I mean? And it was in part due to him. And so I had to put him in there. And he plays his football in Argentina. He's massive. He's a man mountain. Plays his football in Argentina. Like, I'm telling you, United are looking for a backup keeper for Le Mans. I would happily have him at my club. Happily. Especially as you think about your backup keeper is going to be playing majority cup games. He's obviously a tournament player. He's good at saving penalties. That's part of being a tournament player, a goalkeeper especially, obviously. Penalty shootouts are a thing in tournaments. I'll happily have him at my club as a backup keeper. Like I said, he plays in Argentina, so do you know what I mean? You're not talking no big transfer fee. Yeah, moving on. My second goalkeeper is Vozinha. Yeah, the Cape Verde goalkeeper. Obviously, he's 40 years old, but his performances in this World Cup was top. Not just his performances on the pitch, but I mean, like, even his leadership skills, the way he was so graceful when they lost in defeat. He went around and picked up every single one of his players off of the ground and gave them a hug and basically said, listen, be proud of yourself. Don't be too down be proud that we've even got to the knockout phase of a World Cup for a nation like ours. It's a big thing, do you know what I mean? So, and to have goalkeepers like that remember, goalkeepers, they have to have the biggest morale because only one of them can play. So when you've got the second and third goalkeeper in and around the squad, they have to be good characters. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's a big part of his game as well. And yeah, his performances on the pitch were brilliant as well. And he's playing in the second division of the Portuguese league. That's a steal for me. Someone can go and get him. Right back that impressed me, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's going to be playing in the Championship next year with West Ham. That is criminal. Nobody passed him. Everyone went in the pocket. Yeah. Everyone was in the pocket. I'm talking about top wingers like Rashford, like duelist wingers, like Rashford didn't even try. That's how bad it was. Nobody could pass him. Rafael Leao tried. I give it to Rafael Leao. He tried about 3-4 times, didn't get no joy. Nobody passed him, and he's going to be playing in the Championship. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, what's he, like 28 years old? Like, he cannot be playing in Championship next season. Someone go and get him. Centre back. And before I go on, I feel like if you know any clubs that need scouts, put them in the comments as well. I feel like, do you know what I mean? I can, yeah. Moving on, centre backs. I've got one for you because I don't feel like the defensive level has been that high this year at the World Cup. But I've got one for you. Ordonez. I hope I didn't mess up his name again. He plays for Ecuador. 22 years old, plays for Club Brugge. Ordonez. I've seen him playing and I'm saying he looks like a top centre back. I did not know much about him before the World Cup. I've seen him play I've seen highlights of Ecuador before. I always keep up with with the South American team. So I've seen highlights of Ecuador when they're playing Brazil or Argentina, because I'll watch Brazil and Argentina. So when they're playing Ecuador, I will see they're always known as a great defensive team. And now I know why. Individuals like this, 22 years old. And when I said, hold on a minute, yeah, this boy might be special, is when Ecuador played Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. Yeah, when they played, and Yan Diamonde got moved to left wing, and he was just taking liberties out of. I think their Ecuadorian right back is Franco or something like. He was just taking liberties. He took liberties out of Hincapié at left back. Then he went left wing, mugging off Franco, and they said to Ordonez, they took off Franco and moved Ordonez to right back. Yan Diamonde had to sit down. He had to be quiet. There was no more. He did not pass. That was it. That left wing for Yan Diamonde turned into a no free road. They're then cul-de-sac. Yeah. So I'm telling you, man. Have a look at the boy Ordonez, 22, playing in Belgium, Club Brugge. Even United, my team. Listen, we've got a few injury-prone centre-backs. If we're looking for any depth centre-backs, definitely take him on board. Left-backs, I've got two. Again, I hope I don't mess up your name. Larea, he plays for Canada. I think he's been top this tournament. Like these are names which you're going to probably think, who are they? You know what I mean? Go and check them out. Just go back and check out some highlights. Obviously, you might not do a full 90 minutes, but it might just trigger. You might just think, oh yeah, I remember there was a left back for Canada that looked all right. I'm telling you, Larea, he's defensively, wingers found it hard to pass him, but going forward as well, he's very intelligent. He links up well, decent technique, and he's very quick. Most of the whole Canadian team are like Olympic sprinters. Do you know what I mean? So he has all the attributes of a top fullback, and he had a wonderful performance at this World Cup. And he plays for Toronto FC. So if any clubs out there in Europe need a top left back and don't want to smash the budget, go and get Larea. Another one is Nakamura. Nakamura got a goal and an assist in this World Cup. He was playing left wing back though for Japan. So he was in a more advanced position, but still a goal and an assist for Japan. Technically, as you would expect from a Japanese player, technically class. Yeah, but also athletically. He's up and down, left wing back. He was up and down, covering every blade of grass on that left side. So yeah, I feel like that's one for clubs to look at. That's looking for a left back, like United. But we're not looking for at United. We're not looking for a left wing back. So I wouldn't look at Nakamura. Plus, the two that I spoke about at left back, Larea and Nakamura, I think both of them are in their 30s. But that's also a testament to how well they're playing at left back as well. To be in your 30s and be at that level as a left back, athletically, is outstanding. Moving on to midfielders. The first one I've got, I hope I don't mess up your name again, is Inau. Now, Inau, he's another player from... He's another player. He's a player from Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, yeah? And now, small, he's about 5'5", 20 years old, centre midfield, comfortable with both feet. I want to say he reminds me of like a Santi Cazorla, but slow down. I'm not saying he's that level. I'm saying he reminds me of him. He's got the weight, his low centre of gravity. Obviously, they're both like closer to the ground anyway than anyone else. They're both like 5'4", 5'5". But yeah, he's got that natural, effortless footballer feel to things. Like he just receives the ball off of either foot. So he'll just take, like most players that are dominant, 1 foot dominant, like when you tell not from when they're making it. Most players that are 1 foot dominant, yeah, at this level, they can pass with their left foot. They can shoot with their left foot. But you can always tell when they're receiving the ball, they will, if it's even coming towards their left foot, they will use their right foot to bring it in. Yeah, but he's receiving it off of both sides, which means what? He's more press resistant. Because when he's receiving the ball, if the defender's to his right, he can comfortably take it on his left side. And the opposite, he can comfortably take it on his right side. So yeah, he's one to look out for, man. Like I said, 20 years old, plays in the Turkish league. Go have a look if you need a centre midfielder. My next one is Vite. He plays for Ecuador. Got 1 assist in this tournament. Left foot. Quickly for him now. Another comparison. One more comparison, yeah, is Verratti. Reminds me of Verratti as well. But yeah, back to Vite. Left-footed, technically brilliant. Another diminutive midfielder. Like, he's like about 5'4". He might even be smaller than him now. They're like 5'4", 5'5". But he's brilliant. Technically, he reminds me of Guerrero. You know the Borussia Dortmund left back, Portuguese fella. He plays for Borussia Dortmund left back, but he also can play. Is he at? Did he go to Bayern as well? I think is that might have went to Bayern as well. Guerrero, Rafa Guerrero. He can play in midfield as well. And when he plays in centre midfield, he reminds me of Vite. Technically sound, passing range is crazy. And when I'm watching Vite play for Ecuador, yeah, I'm saying to myself, you're outshining Caicedo right now. You are outshining a top level centre midfielder. And that shows me your level. And he's playing it. He got an assist in this tournament and he's playing in Mexico. So any clubs that need a midfielder, yeah, you want someone to dictate play. He's tough in the tackle as well. He's tough in the press, got a decent engine, always looks forward with his passes, technically sound, press resistant. Yeah, go have a look at Vite, playing in Mexico. So you know you ain't breaking no budget over there. Mora, the 17-year-old for Mexico, the youngest player in this tournament. Obviously, a lot's been said about him, so I ain't going to waste too much time, but he's still playing in Mexico. Yeah, Tijuana. Yeah, so if you need an attacking midfielder, a cam that's technically sound, and you know the thing what impresses me about Mora, yeah? So a lot of these players are going to be technically brilliant and whatnot, but he's brave. Mentally, this is what impresses me with him. Like, this is the difference between Bruno and a lot of cams. Bruno is brave. He goes for it. And as a cam, you have to risk it. You have to risk it. If you're playing with no risk as a cam, you're going to become Odegaard. And after a while, you're like, the tide is going to turn on you. People are going to, after a while, you're going to become you can't play as a cam and not have risk in your game. You cannot. It's impossible. It's impossible. You might as well drop back and start playing as a deep line playmaker. That's how I feel Odegaard should play, honestly. I think Odegaard still gets in as a cam because of his pressing ability from the front. So his counter press is excellent. So he can win the ball for you high up the pitch. And obviously then he's got the ability to do whatever he wants. But this is what annoys me. You got the ability to thread these passes through, but you're doing this risk assessment thing and saying, oh, but it might get intercepted there. It might get, oh no, let me just recycle. Forget all of that. Be like Mora, 17 years old, brave, plays that risky one. Tries to eliminate a defensive midfielder or defender that's marking him in order to break that press of the opposition, in order to then draw out another defender that now has to come to him. Now there's a space in behind. Play that pass. Do you know what I mean? Be like Mora. Yeah, risk it. 17 years old, still playing in Mexico. Go get him. Next midfielder I've been looking at and very, very impressed with is Tillman. Plays for the USA. I've seen him already playing club football in Germany and in Holland. I've always been aware of him, but I had no idea that he was played for America as a national team. So yeah, he's at Bayer Leverkusen right now. When he went to Bayer Leverkusen, that's when I was like, well, why are they spending this money on this guy? Let me check him out. And I looked at him playing in Holland and I said, okay, I get it. But let's see if he can replicate that form at Bayer Leverkusen, and he went up a level at Bayer Leverkusen. This when I said, okay, yeah, he's got something. He's definitely got something. The reason why I like him as well, he's versatile. He can play as an 8, a 10, even as a 6 in a double pivot though, not as a single pivot. He's good off of both feet. He's good in both phases of the game, attacking, defending. He's creative. He can score goals, create goals, set pieces as well. He must be 6 foot. Looks 6 foot to me. He's good size, good physicality. He's got everything to his game. Absolutely everything. 24 years old. United are looking for midfielders right now. I'll happily take him at United. Happily take him at United. We're already, after Edison's got to do what? A fitness test. So that looks like it's already done. I would have chosen Edison for United, but that's already done. Looking like we might get, if we get Chomeni, that's our 6th defensive midfielder. After that, we need a more creative midfielder, a footballer that can also has goals in his game as well. I happily have Tillman at United. Happily. So that says how highly I rate him. Go check him out if you haven't. If you have, you'll know that he's got 2 goals, 1 assist at this World Cup. Playing for USA in the centre midfield. Go check him out. Last but not least for centre midfielders is the South Korean player, Wang. Obviously, they went out early. So, you know, everyone suffers from a little bit of recency bias. You have to remember in them group stage games where everyone was talking about South Korea and the football they played, he was the key to it. He was the heartbeat to it, Wang. He got 1 goal, 1 assist. You remember when he done the little jinky thing with the keeper, cut in, composure, bam, just whipped it in the side netting. But in general, he dictated and controlled every game for South Korea. So when everyone's complimenting their style of play, it all went through Wang. Everything went through Wang. He's at 28, 29, deep line playmaker. Deep line playmaker. If you need one of those, go have a look. Right, onto the wingers. I got 1 for left wing and 1 for right wing. My left winger is easy. Quinones. Yeah, the Colombian-born Black Mexico player. Yeah? And I'll be honest, I only saw his name one time. I've seen him score goals, yeah, in Saudi. Only because I check up on the Saudi games. I'll watch the highlights of the Saudi games where players that I like are playing. So I'll check out Ronaldo's games, Benzema, etc. Tony. I'll check out their games because I want to see how they're doing out there, yeah? Every now and again, I'll see this guy. He's banging one in for the opposition. Banging one in. Okay. But I never ever took notice of his name or anything. And then when I see the stats for the top scorers in Saudi, and I see he finished top scorer, I was thinking, raw. Someone scored more goals than Tony and Ronaldo, because I remember the media was always building it up like who's going to win the Golden Boot, Ronaldo, Tony, Benzema. Benzema wasn't even close, but they always had like Tony and Ronaldo neck and neck. Then I saw this name, Quinones, above both of them. So then I'm thinking, so who the hell is that? And when I checked him out, it's only the guy that I saw when I'm watching these guys' highlights. Yeah, there's always someone on this guy on the other team when they're playing this team. He's just ripping the back of the net. And I said, okay, that's his name. This is the guy that I saw. That's his name, Quinones, okay. Again, I did not even check what national team he plays for or anything. It was just, that was it. Went out of my mind. First game of the tournament, Mexico. This black Mexican guy playing and he's moving, yeah? Moving jinky. Then I see Quinones. I said, what? He plays for Mexico and then boom, he bangs the first goal of the tournament. I'm like, oh, yeah, nothing new to me. This guy is just carried it on. So yeah, big him up, man. 4 goals, 1 assist. I don't know. He probably won't want to move to Europe. He's probably top scorer in the Saudi league. Yeah, you can demand a nice bonus. Nice contract. You're nice. You probably don't want to go Europe. But if you do, as a left winger, there'll be more than enough clubs in Europe that could do with your services, yeah? Right wing, my right winger is Haisim for Egypt. The jinky right winger for Egypt, yeah? He's playing in the 2nd division of La Liga right now. He got one assist, obviously, against Argentina. Everyone saw what he done, but I see him before that. And I'm not gonna act like I saw him before the tournament. No, I see him before that for Egypt. I always follow the Egypt games because of Salah, and then I'm seeing this jinky guy moving like Mahrez, I'm saying, whoa, who's the jinky guy on the wing moving like Mahrez? But for me, they didn't play him enough. Like, yeah, he got took off against Argentina, but even in the other games, he only played like there's times I'm watching Egypt to watch Salah, and I'm thinking, where's the jinky guy on the wing? He's on the bench. Like, you see, and he looks like a good spirit as well. Because more often than not, if you look when the cameras go towards the bench, you'll see him. He's standing up. He's kind of like, do you know what I mean? He's not sitting there sulking. Do you know what I mean? Cheering his team on. But I'm thinking, why they got him on the bench? They need to play him more. And against Argentina, listen, he was moving like prime Mario. So yeah, that's my right winger, Hasim. Like I said, second division of the Liga. Go get him, man. Go get him. My two strikers are well known, so they're not no little gems, nothing. You probably don't even need to go check them out. They're well known. I'll start with the first one is Balogun. I feel like he had an excellent tournament. He scored 3 goals, but he was a handful for every defense that USA played against. He was more than a handful. Occupied 2 defenders at a time. He can go in behind. He can now come to feet and hold the ball up as well. And I've always seen Balogun through. Obviously, he was at the Arsenal Academy, and then I always keep an eye on the. I love to watch the England youth football as well. I love to watch the England youth football, and he's always been the main man at youth through all the ages up to under 21s. But the thing with him, he was a bit one-dimensional with his game, just in behind. Give him a chance and he'll finish it. But now what I'm seeing is he's developed his back-to-goal game. So now he can come feet, he can hold the ball up. He's more physically built, he's stronger. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Balogun, yeah, where's he at? Monaco. I wouldn't mind him at United. I'll have him at United all day. And the next one is Ismaila Sarr. Now, United have been linked with Ismaila Sarr recently. Now, he can play all along the front line. He started off for Senegal playing right wing. Yeah, and then they put him up front. And when they put him up front, he showed another level. Ended up with 4 goals, 1 assist. He's just always a goal threat. And he's just a problem because he can play all along the line. He's strong, he's quick, physical, he's quite tall. He's hard to get hold of, man. He's gangly, he's a bit gangly, he's one of them just he must be a nightmare for defenders to play against. He's always running in behind, he's intelligent with his movement as well. And you give him a chance, more often than not, he's putting it in the back of the net. More often than not. So, yeah, obviously he's at Palace. I've seen United linked with him recently. It makes sense because he could play all along the line. So, yeah, Sarr, man, I feel like he's not someone people don't know, or I don't even say he's underrated, but I feel like he goes under the radar. I don't feel like he gets, because when Eze was at Palace, you get me, it was about Eze, innit? And then, cause remember, he replaced Elise, so then, but Eze was, do you know what I mean, still the man. Then Eze is gone Arsenal, but then Mateta had that crazy season. So Sarr, although Sarr had a good season that year as well, Sarr still went under the radar. And then this season, he's had a good season again. So, yeah, man, he's getting that love because Mateta didn't have the same season as last season. So, yeah, I'm glad he's getting his appreciation. I'm just giving him some more. And, yeah, if you enjoyed that, like I said, subscribe, like, share. Stay tuned for more, man. Just said it. Love.